Alright, I'm going to try and attempt that. Oh, I just walked into my Wachirabenchathat Park.
I think that's not too bad. I'm going to go Wachirabenchathat Park. There we go.
Just did it faster.
That looks like an Insectarium to me. The question is, do you think we're going to have it all to ourselves?
No, I don't know where the entrance is.
There's a sign just here that says entrance.
Okay. Oh, there's a butterfly. Look. Yeah, it's crazy because this enclosure, this butterfly enclosure, is actually free entrance. So, yeah, it's a bit shocking. I thought they might at least charge 100 baht or something. It is small.
It's a refreshing surprise when
yeah.
something is free and open for the public.
I mean, it's small, but there's butterflies, there's a lot of information.
I think it's all right in here.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really well kept and it's nicely structured.
And there's lots of butterflies, look. Amazing. Yeah, this one. You know what's in my head? The best things in life are free. Now that I discover what means to me. It's true. There's a water feature. Okay.
Oh, here come the rains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, about it. Or is it because we're by a water feature? Maybe I need to be out of the rain because remember what happened
Yeah. Okay, let's.
You can have a look, I'll go back in.
Yeah.
I just realised I had an umbrella, and the reason why I ran out of the rain was because a couple of weeks ago I met a guy in the cat treatment that I'm having, and he basically went dancing in the rain and literally his face just got irritant and just was all red. So I'll probably not dance in the rain, and it's not too heavy at the moment, but I forgot I had an umbrella.
And you said that the toxins in the rain are the strongest for the first 20 minutes as all the rubbish comes down, the acidity.
It down, yeah. So yeah, it's probably good for everyone just to not be in the rain for that first part anyway, because it's not going to be good for you. So yeah, nice butterflies. Actually, one started dancing around them just now.
It looks like the faint of heart / those who are frightened of the rain have retreated back into the Insectarium Educational Centre, and we have the place to wander around to ourselves. And it is a brief wander round. You're going to have walked right round it in 5 to 10 minutes, but it's free, so you can't really complain. And it's nicely planted up inside, and there are butterflies flittering all over the place. It certainly isn't entomology world, which actually was called Entopia. It was called Entopia, but for that we paid to get in, and this was a nice surprise, free, so that's pretty cool. And I have realised that these trainers, the soles, not only are they really hard, but when water is on the ground on these tiles, they are as slippery as it gets, so I need to be really careful walking down this mild gradient. Let's have a look, let's see. I'm going to go for the skid. Okay, a little bit of grit where it's dry, but definitely if that was wet, I reckon you could power slide it all the way down there. Maybe I'll wait for the rains to open up a bit and give it a go.
I have come in to find refuge because it is starting to pour outside, and oh, it's so frustrating. Yeah, I've been home obviously for 2 days. The itchiness hasn't been so intense. I can see the skin improving, but when I go out into the heat, into irritants, it's just so itchy. So I've come back in for the air conditioning. Yeah, I can't wait until I just don't have to itch anymore because it's so intense. And again, I don't know if it's the heat, if it's irritants in the air, or a bit of both. But yeah, I found refuge inside. Little cat is still chilling here, there. And I just saw a monitor lizard just slither past.
Yeah, and I have decided to take cover underneath the leaves of this tree. I think I am going to call it a palm, but I am going to buttress it with an umbrella, and I'm going to say that all the butterflies have scarpered and made themselves scarce. But when it rains, the mozzies come out in force. Honestly, as soon as it rains, they come to all the places that you're going to go to try and find shelter. And I reckon knocking around here, there will be a few snakes hanging around. They're so well camouflaged, and I reckon they're all over Bangkok. It's something you realise quickly when you come here. It's not like the UK where you can just walk through undergrowth and stuff like that. There is no way I would here, and it's something I miss a little bit, to be honest. I miss for going out and having a walk in nature. You can do it, but it's a different kind of adventure here. And am I waiting for this walkway? Well, I think it is well and truly wet now. And am I going to go for that power slide? I wish Sarah was here to film it. I reckon I could make it, but it could be a fail. Shall I do it? Let's have a little look. This is so slippery. There we go. That was pretty much down the whole hill. Nice. Wasn't very gracefully done though, was it? There was a look of Whoa. Ooh. What have I learnt here from the Insectarium at Fat Park, or Fat Roy Park? I'm going to go for the shortened version of the long and unpronounceable name as well, especially if I haven't got it in front of me. I could give it a go phonetically, I guess, and probably still create a catastrophe. Well, what have I learned? Well, I think I have learned that I'm pretty good at doing a power slide down a ramp, and perhaps if they marketed it in that way to the kids, maybe they could get like a little bit of the extreme sport people in here, especially as you're not allowed to do like the rollerblading or the skateboarding outside. But a definite negative that Sarah pointed out was that I bought these shoes to wear in the rain and the wet, and they have zero grip, literally nothing. It is like ice skates. So I am feeling really proud of myself though. I really wish Sarah had caught that power slide. I literally did the whole thing, and yeah, I reckon if I gave it a couple more goes, I could absolutely nail it. I think people are starting to head out there again, and yeah, I don't know, quit while you're ahead. Where are you going to go? Where do your allegiances lie? Meow. Meow. There we go. Yeah, someone coming in trying to steal the cat's attention from me. And I suppose you are probably infecting my legs so that Sarah is going to get hives.
What's up, Mexican?
Pretty little cat though, aren't you?
She's or he is guarding her territory because another cat just came, didn't see her, and then got startled when she saw the cat, and she ran off, and she was like... This is why you always need to carry one of those umbrellas, not only for the rain, but look, 2 seconds later it's shining again. And make sure you get the umbrellas with the UV. And also, did you see that? Get those mozzies from behind, and those dogs, multi-purpose.
Does kind of look like there are more butterflies hanging around the outside than there are in the centre.
Yeah, there's loads, yeah.
They look familiar to the UK. They look a bit like oh no, they're not. I was going to say a red admiral or something, or a red admiral or a monarch. I don't know.
There's loads of them.
Yeah, there are more out here. It's free to get in though. Doesn't matter. They're living the free lifestyle.
Yeah. I wonder if they can go in.
I'm not sure they want to go into captivity. I mean, they live so short though, don't they?
Yeah.
If few days.
But it is crazy, like in there you can see loads of information about insects and butterflies, and it does just blow my mind how many insects and animals and variations and colours and that we have in this world. It is crazy. Things that you've not even seen before. You're like, what are you? Some stuff that I don't want to see live and alive. But yeah, blows my mind. Are you talking to the birds? Oh, you are.
I've not got anything for you. I feel really bad.
You're just putting your hand out. Oh, we do. We got biscuits.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Okay, get a biscuit, let's see.
Oh, these crows have just scared off all the birds.
Yeah, they saw me chatting to the little talkative ones, and then, yeah, a whole crew of crows came down and started a bit of a ruckus and chased them off well and truly. Is it a mob of crows?
I don't
Maybe
know.
they acted like a mob.
They did.
Oh, they ruined my fun.
The rain has started again. Is it raining? Is it not? Can you tell? Not from my umbrella because it's always up. But yeah, just had a 10-minute downpour as it normally does, and then it stopped again. So we are back on this pathway, and thought we'll just have a little walk. There is a big lake, and I say that, and there's a big lake here, but that's not on the map. But there is a big lake further down, so we thought let's venture around this park, check it out. No doubt there'll be another downpour in a second, but it's all right. We are prepared as always. But yeah, seems like a nice park. Seems there's a lot of runners and cyclists going up and down these pathways. So yeah, and obviously food vendors selling food, drinks, anything you want.
Standing proudly by the lake, we have a stone wheel that's beautifully polished and lovingly inscribed, but unfortunately Google Translate is not having any of it, so I'm going to have to rely on the English at the bottom that kindly they have provided. And it is a celebration of 2,600 years of the Buddha's enlightenment and the turning of the Dharma wheel. The stone contains an abbreviated translation of the Buddha's first sermon. Yeah, I need to learn that, but I think the first sermon contained perhaps the inscription of the middle path, the Four Noble Truths, and the Noble Eightfold Pathway, and the three aspects of intuitive knowledge and the 12-fold intuitive insight regarding the Four Noble Truths. And I think that was the Buddha's first teaching, if I'm honest, the way things are and how to act and behave and achieve the ever elusive enlightenment. But there do seem to be a lot of Buddhas coming out of Thailand. If the museum yesterday at Siam is anything to go by, there were loads of them in that room. But yeah, what a great little monument.
Pretty design, isn't it? Oh, it's got your lotus type thing.
Oh, is it a chrysanthemum or a
Oh,
lotus?
I think
I'm gonna say it's a lotus. I'm gonna leave my comfortable rock and this sacred tree, because from what I can tell, and Eddie Wu, you're going to have to fact check me on this and make sure everything is coherent and correct. It was planted in celebration again of the 2600th year of the Buddha, and it was one of 3 saplings, offshoots of a revered tree that the Buddha planted that were brought to Thailand. And perhaps the tree behind that is that tree. Again, Google Translate, you confuse me more than you enlighten me. Have found a circular walkway surrounded by circular plaques. with little inscriptions telling us all about them. And what do we have? My personal favourite, the empty circle. The circle represents voidness or emptiness with no beginning and no end. The circle illustrates that emptiness is boundless. Such is the quality of a mind totally free from clinging to the sense of self and free from the attachment to the ox or to worldly happiness. This is the end of the world stages of life.
Of the thing, can't get close enough.
It does seem to be heavily focused on the ox. What that means, I'm not sure.
Starts from this side.
Yeah, maybe if we start from the beginning and read our way through, all will become apparent. It definitely helps to start in the beginning, and they are the Zen ox herding pictures, so we picked up on the fact there were loads of oxes. And catching or taming an ox is a metaphor for the life of a human being. It represents how the life of an ordinary person changes into the supra-mundane or liberated life, as explained in Zen Buddhist teachings. A human being is born with ignorance, not knowing the reason for being born. One thus struggles to find the meaning of life until one achieves the highest worldly success and reaps its full fruits. After enjoying oneself to the utmost in this world, one becomes disenchanted with worldly achievements and pleasures, letting go of them all to seek happiness beyond the world. Eventually, one realizes the voidness or emptiness of everything and becomes totally free from all attachments, figuratively reborn as an enlightened person, not conditioned by any cause. One starts living an enlightened and charitable life purely for the benefit of others. So there you go, beautifully summarised. Yeah, cool little rotunda without the roof.
We have been presented with a problem. There's this walkway above us, but it doesn't looks like it's under maintenance. We don't know how to cross this main road.
This looks like a Mensa level road crossing.
Maybe ask the people here. We are back at Talat Blue, and yeah, it was a nice morning to go around the hustle and bustle of Chatuchak Market, and then literally around the corner you get all the nice sanctuary of the park.
What was the name of the park?
Oh, a very long word.
Okay, that's what we're going with, a very long word with. And what have we learned? Well, I have learned that a collective of crows is called a murder. I have learned that when you try to catch and tame an ox, it is a metaphor for the life and growth of a human. And also, I'm really good at power slides. Yeah, I have a talent I never knew about. So there we go.
And maybe he bought the wrong shoes. But listen, fruit in a basket, fruit in a basket, fruit in a basket, fruit in a basket.